friends, welcome back to the Artsy Chronicles. My name is Vanessa and welcome back to my channel. I must say, I've been away for a couple of weeks and I have a few good excuses for it. I have actually been acting. I know, weird. So I've already said before that I am a professional actor on top of everything else to kind of stay alive, because rent, bills and everything else. That's basically what we have to pay to live a whimsy life, you know what I mean? Which is terrifying to think of, because I really do not want to slave away the rest of my life, but this is probably what we're gonna have to deal with. Anyway, this is a quick video just to update on what's happened recently in my life, the last projects I worked on, my finished projects, my whips, anything in between. So first of all, thank you so much for bearing with me. I have been away for a few weeks. I spent a few weeks in Italy where I shot a TV series that I'm really glad to be part of, which is insane. I had to work with the most insane cast, but due to an NDA that I've already broken multiple times, I cannot disclose a lot of it. I can just say that it's an Apple TV series and it's going into its second season. That's all I can say. And it was gorgeous because I was in Venice most of the time. I got to spend some time with my family. It was glorious. The weather was nice. I had the best time and I'm very glad to be back, normal time, and I just really want to update you on the things that I worked on. So let's just get into it because we have quite a lot to talk about. First of all, the elephant in the room, this cardigan I'm wearing. This is my first finished object. I don't know if you can see it very well. I'll probably just put a photo just next to me. I'm so sorry, it's really hot in here and it's London, and you know how London is, there's just cars everywhere. Anyway, so this is the cardigan number 11 by My Favorite Things Knitwear. I love this. This is a gorgeous construction, very easy, very quick to make. I made this with a yarn that I got in Copenhagen. It's the Yellholt. I'll put the rest of the name here because I really can't pronounce that pen. But it's a very lofty, very airy yarn, and in this beautiful color, which is, I think translated is ice blue. And I paired it together with Knit and Frolic in Dusty Dove Blue, which was the most gorgeous, just dusty speckled blue, which I was looking for. I was just looking for something for spring and summer, just chuck on if it's really cold, and I've been wearing it with tank tops or t-shirts underneath and just a skirt, just to enjoy this transitional period, which can be a bit rough deciding what to wear. But yeah, I loved it. I just paired it with these translucent white buttons that they're, I think, honestly they're just plastic, but they kind of mimic what just what mother pearl would look like, and I just really enjoy it. It was, not gonna lie, it was a bit chaotic at times, and it's not the fault of the pattern, but it's just a style of construction that I'm not used to. First of all, the sleeves are built in, so you start with a back panel, then you incorporate the shoulders, and then after that you just continue with the yoke, and you just do not do anything else apart from when you get to sort of this level where you put the stitches on hold for the rest of the sleeves. And that was a bit chaotic at the beginning because I had no idea where I was going, and I knew that if I made that wrong I would have probably had to go back hours and hours of work because it just did not look like anything at the beginning. But all you have to do is trust the construction, trust the pattern, and it all turned out fine. I had some troubles again with a double knitted button band, just because this was the same thing. If I messed up the amount of stitches that I picked up, it didn't really tell you how many stitches, it just said pick up approximately every stitch, which approximately is something we do not want to trust, you know, when you're putting 3 or 4 hours into picking up a double knitted band. But it turned out fine. It's actually an absolutely amazing button band because it's so thick and the buttons are staying nice and flat. The only other issue I have with this pattern, that it's not really an issue, but it's probably for you if you want to create the same pattern, is that it says that the last button on this part of the button band has to be, I think, 4 or 5 stitches below the last stitch, which doesn't really make sense because it's so close to this one. And not gonna lie, when you worked so hard on a button band, I did not really want to unravel everything and start again, so I just left it, and I think it's fine. It's just, you know, it's something a bit whimsy, and I'm just leaving it there, just like I did it on purpose. So it's not a big issue, but if you're really peculiar about how to differentiate your buttons, pay loads of attention to it, because once you get there, you really do not want to go back. And something else that I know that it's not for everyone, the sleeves don't have the creases. So as you can see, it's literally the same amount, which again, for the thickness of the yarn, I'm happy that I didn't do any sort of like baggier sleeves, and it kind of looks nice with this really long ribbing at the end, which is the same thing for the end of the cardigan. But I know that some people don't really like straight sleeves, so bear that in mind. Maybe pick up more stitches here at the armholes and just decrease as you go. But I'm just really happy with this. I think it's very flattering. It's so soft. This yarn is just incredible, and I really want to order some more, maybe in the color, bear with me, this is my Italian coming through, I think it's called cyclamen. I'm so sorry, but it's this bright hot pink that I would like to use for the winter, maybe for a kind of like stockinette oversized jumper. I just want something quite bright. And I might order again from a shop that I bought this from in Copenhagen. I think it's Sommerflugen, or hopefully it's called like that. But they said that they ship to England, so and the rest of Europe as well. So very glad that's happened. But yeah, I just love this one. I would give it a probably 4.5 out of 5 stars just because of these minor issues that I encountered. But I'm just getting so much use out of it, and it's really, really pretty. The second jumper, that's the one that I finished in when I was actually acting in Venice. So this was my project on set. Insane to say that. It's my Ingrid sweater by Petite knit. This is it. I'll put a photo up here how I styled it, how I wore it. It's in this gorgeous, gorgeous bright colour. This is Isaga in the colour 32, both Jensen and the soft mohair, silk mohair, sorry. I love this. This was such an easy pattern, and it creates this, I don't really know, it's not really a cable, it's a full cable scenario here, and it's super soft, it's oversized, it's exactly what I wanted, and I think this red really suits me. It's like a it's not as bright as you see it in camera, but it's so nice and lofty and airy, and it's very, very light, and I have nothing bad to say about this. I got so much wear out of it, just with jeans, with a skirt, or I just wear it like that on my shoulders with a white t-shirt, and I think it looks really nice even if it's too hot. It's just an accessory. And yeah, honestly, it does not look as bright as in real life, but I loved it. In this case, I mean, I feel like loads of people have actually created this one, but first of all, you create the back panel just here, and then once you get to the end of this moss stitch, you stop and you start with the front, and then you just keep continuing going down and completing the rest of the body, and then you just pick up the sleeves. So I opted for this crew neck just because I feel like I can get more wear out of it. I don't think I can get as much wear if it was the actual high neck, even if I really loved it. I just added one last row of eyelets just below it, which you can't really see unless I'm wearing it, because it's just, you know, there's a lot of fabric going on, but hopefully you can see them here. And I just had a great time. It was really easy to remember. It was easy to edit as well, because and again, I feel like this is an issue that loads of people had. So when it says to decrease in the sleeves, it doesn't really say when to decrease and how to change the patterns, like the full cable patterns that we have here. So I sort of had to make it up as I went, which it worked out fine, apart from a couple of stitches. But then again, you have the mohair in here, and it just sort of makes everything a bit more blurry, and it's very forgiving. But I really liked it. I've been wearing this a ton, and it was just a very nice pattern to use with this yarn that I got from a shop that was actually closing down, and it was really discounted. So I think I got a skein of Jensen for something like £6. And I really wanted to play with this colour for a long time, so I thought this was probably the best option. But yeah, I really recommend the pattern, and I think if you're probably like an intermediate knitter, you can also, through this pattern, you can also make the vest version. I think it's just basically the same thing, but you just have to pick up the sleeves if you want something a bit more springy. But I really recommend it, and it blocks out beautifully, it blooms like crazy, and it's very forgiving considering that it's mainly double ribbed moss stitch and full cables. So really rate this one. Now we just go into whips, which I know I don't really have loads of finished objects, but these two they really took a long time. They're like massive garments, and it really took a long time, honestly, for me to finish them. But I have loads of whips actually. I've been casting on like crazy, and I really had to stop because there's a lot of, you know, I wish I had more hands and probably another brain so I can work on more projects at the same time, but that's not always possible, you know, biologically. So okay, also please give me your recommendations for nice patterns for the summer, and again, easy patterns and don't require loads of lightweight yarns. Again, loads of people will come for me for this. I hate summer yarns. Please prove me wrong. If you know of a really good summer yarn, let me know. But I only had bad experiences so far, and I ended not wearing garments. But I really want to make something for the summer. And this is actually something that I feel like I'm just I'm just oversharing at this point. But it's a knitting podcast, so it's fine. Get a drink and just enjoy having a chat about knitting and creating things. I think I will probably only knit warmer garments. I said it, but I also want to do something for the summer. I would like to expand my fiber art, stay with me, by buying a sewing machine and learning how to sew. So I would like to only knit garments that I could wear to keep myself warm, and during the summer maybe just learning how to sew, making blouses, making dresses, skirts. That is probably something that I will do in the next couple weeks. So hopefully I can make a video about that and just taking you with me in this new adventure of learning a new fiber art, which is really exciting. And I've always wanted to sort of delve into it, and I think it's the right time. But yes, so that was one of my big updates. Second thing is, in 2 weeks I will take you with me to my first yarn festival. I'm so excited. This is going to be in Bristol, and it's the Big Flock. I don't know if anyone's ever been, please let me know, because I would love any tips or what your experience was like. I missed the one in London. I think I was away last time, so I thought this was a good experience just to have a look around the city as well. I've been to Bristol just once or twice. My goal for this, hang with me, I've got 3 goals. First of all, getting some independent hand-dyed yarn that actually looks, you know, one of those beautiful dyed yarns of colours that you wouldn't really find in normal shops. Probably in purple, light yellow, so like a butter yellow, or in bright cobalt blue. Those are my objectives. Possibly some summer yarns as well, but then again, that really depends on if they can actually sell that to me or not, because as I said, I'm not a fan of summer yarn. But yeah, I just really would like something like that. Maybe some nice accessories, or getting to know some independent shops and businesses that I would much rather support those businesses instead of big corporations. But then again, it's knitting, so whatever, you understood what I was trying to say. So I'm really glad about that. I will keep you updated. I'll probably make a vlog about that, and I'll take you along so we can have a look at all the nice things I find. So my first whip is something that I've been taking with me in my handbag because it's quite a small project, and I've been having loads of fun bringing it at work with me, and just, you know, when I'm on break, just trying to knit with this. And this is a petite knit pattern, actually. Which again, I feel like there's so much petite knit in this vlog, but I'm not usually like that. It's just happened to be at the same time. And this is just the real beginning of the Valerie blouse in this gorgeous color that I feel like I just can't get over how beautiful this is. This is Knitting for Olive in Blue Tit, is the mohair. The pattern calls for double mohair, but I actually just paired it up with Isaga, I'm so sorry, I hope I'm pronouncing it correctly. This is alpaca number 1, and it's in this sort of bluish purple grey, I don't know, and I feel like together they work so well, just because I wanted, you know, mohair is really expensive, and if I'm not made of money, especially when it comes to knitting, when you have more than one project going on, and this makes the project and the wool go on a little bit longer. This is my second skein of mohair, and I'm still at half of this alpaca skein, so very happy that I made that choice. It's not that different, it's probably just a little bit more toned down, but I really love this blue. Let me show you what it looks like, but I have just got to the point where I put stitches for the sleeves to rest. It's really hard to show you because this pattern has this diagonal fake button band, and let me see if I can show you something. Maybe doing that, which it would be like that from a shoulder to another one. It's just impossible to show you, honestly. And the diagonal starts from here and it goes down like that. I think it's going to be really nice for this period of time if I can actually finish it. It's taking the longest of time because when the sleeves were still on my needles, I had more than 400 stitches, and literally it's taking ages to go through it, but I think it's going to be a nice project, one of those projects that it's indulgent, you know. Yeah, I just really like it. I'm a bit scared of this because last time that I made a mohair project, it didn't look great on me, but all the projects that I've seen from the Valerie blouse looked incredible, so I have high hopes. And my plan is to have the fake button band with loads, more than what the pattern calls for, buttons, but mismatched buttons. Maybe mother of pearls or light blue, something like that. I think it would look really sick. And yes, so I really don't have loads to talk about this, because it looks like I haven't done much, but it's actually a lot of work. These increases have just kept going on and on and on and on. But then again, this is built-in sleeves, and from this point on it's going to be a breeze, because it's just a matter of increasing on one side and decreasing on the other side. And I actually have, I don't know if I'm actually going to do this, but I was thinking of making short sleeves for this season, because I'm going into summer, and then maybe when October is around the corner I can just buy the same yarn and make the sleeves longer. I don't know, I thought that was an option. And yeah, I don't know, let me know what you think. I think I might still get some wear out of this because it's not really that heavy. I don't know, that's an option. But yeah, that's my first whip. I don't really have much to say about this. I'm just really enjoying it. I love touching it. It's so soft, and I think it kind of goes well with my skin color. Okay, hear me out. This is another Petite knit pattern. I'm so sorry about that. But I had an itch that I really needed to scratch, and I did scratch the hell out of it. Was making something in cashmere. And Petite Knit came out with this beautiful polo, the Petra polo. And when I looked at it, I was like, I know what kind of yarn and I know what colour. And I happen to be fallen in love with this colour. This is Cardiff Classic cashmere in the colour Vichy. It's just gorgeous. I have just casted it on yesterday, so again, not much to see. But let me show you what it kind of looks like at the moment. This is the neck, and now I just finished the shoulder bits, and after this I'll just carry on with the yoke, with the back yoke. When I tell you this is the softest yarn I've ever touched in my whole life, it just you just can't understand until you touch it. It's so sweet, and I love knitting on small needles because it makes everything look so much neater. Look at that. Oh. Come on. Stunning. And yeah, this colour is just something incredible. Look at that. Oh, also, look at my nails. I just finished them today. Blueberry lemon nails. There you go. I love this. I think it's going to be a beautiful garment, and from what I've seen, it's actually not that hard as a construction. I think it's quite a classic construction, and you start with the back, shoulders, and then you build in the back of the shoulders. You start with the yoke, and you create the two front panels, and you just continue as a normal just classic top. The only thing that I noticed that I feel like I might struggle with a little, the button bands just next to the neck for the button bit. I'm actually a fan of it because it looks like you can just open it up, you have a nice collar, but they are done on a 2mm needle. 2mm. So I might just go and grab my shorties that I use for socks and just use those. They're interchangeable shorties from Seeknit, and I really love it. These are 3mm needles. This is going to take me ages, but I think the color is just what's pushing me. I'm just a fan of like cold, just like cooler shades. I think this is going to be sick. Okay, so my third whip, this is where things will get interesting. This is my Frankenstein project. I had a look at, my cat was having zoomies. I had a look at my yarn stash, and when I tell you that those poor drawers were just heaving with old yarn, I was like, I need to do something about this. I feel like every time that I buy yarn for a project, I always end up with either one skein or half of it. And I'm like, how is that possible? Every single time I follow what the instructions say, but I always end up with more. Even with this, I bought it, I think I bought 500 grams of it, and the pattern called for 600. I followed exactly every single centimeter that they were talking about, but I still have more than half of one ball left, which is literally like 70 grams probably left, and I'm like, how is that possible? So I'm trying. My cat is still having zoomies. If you hear something, it's her. So I thought, okay, what can I make something out of it, something fun for the summer? And I found this project that was in probably like page 3 of my favorites in on Ravelry, and it's the Olympe vest, I think it's called, from LePull. You okay? Okay, from LePull, and it's just so much fun. I'm having the best time of my life. Let me show you. What? Are you kidding me? Look at that. This is just, it's so much fun. And this is going to be the back. So you start from under the shoulder, keep going along the back, and then you do the 2 front bits. And only thing, hang with me, please do not have a heart attack. The back, the amount of ends that I will have to sew in. What is this? Just, what is this? It's gonna take me ages, but honestly, I don't mind. I'm just gonna tie them together. Sorry I said that. But this is basically the back. I almost kind of done with it, and it starts from behind here, and then you have a double knitted band from the front, which I think I will still keep as a yellow. Some of this left over, which is this yellow here, and then I have this lime green, which is just pure again. And I just love how every single line that comes out is irregular. You can make it up. It's such a customizable project, and it's so much fun, and every single line reminds me of a project that I worked on. So it's just nice. You can just do anything. This bit, which is one of my favorites, this line over here, this is 5 strands of mohair held together in different colors. Look how stunning. And I cannot wait to style this. I think for the summer with a shirt, with wearing a t-shirt underneath, it's just going to be incredible. Yeah, so I'm very excited to be working on this. I think sometimes we just have to go back and work on our sash yarn and leftover yarn mainly. But I saw that LePull has tons of these sort of projects. She also has a full jumper made like this, and I think I might work on it as well, maybe during the winter, just because I really need to bust this stash. But yeah, nothing else I can say, honestly. This is really pretty, and excuse me, I'll give you some ASMR of cat chasing yarn. These are all the projects that I have been working on, and I'm really glad. Just let me know what you've been working on, if you have done anything like this, if you'd like to know more about this. But I feel like I will be trying to keep posting once a week after that, and maybe create a little bit more vlogs, and hopefully let me know if you're interested in a sewing kind of videos. I want to do more art related videos, and if you want to know also more about what it's like to be working as a creative in London or in a big city in general, let me know, and I will just answer your questions or just give you a bit of an update on what it's like and how I'm surviving in this industry, because let me know, it's not easy at all. Yeah, I had a great time talking to you. Please, if you don't mind, I have been growing my TikTok and my Instagram just by updating what I'm working on, life updates. I have my my personal Instagram and my Arty Chronicles Instagram. If you can follow both, great. I have more acting things on my personal one, but then on the Arty Chronicles Instagram, I think it's more of my creative journey. And if you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, leave a little comment. I will be coming with a very much promised video about all the books that I read in the past few months, because I'm really itching to talk about some titles that I enjoyed like crazy. But yeah, I hope to see you soon again, and bye bye. Thank you.